Terroir. I'm Simon Jacob, your host for this episode from Jerusalem. Before we get started, no matter where you are, please take a moment to pray for the safe return home of all our soldiers and the full return of all the remains of our hostages. If you're driving in your car, please focus on the road ahead. If you're relaxing at home, please open a delicious bottle of kosher wine and pour a glass, sit back, and relax. In today's episode, I'm joined by winemaker Yaakov Oryah of Pinto Winery and his own Yaakov Oryah brand label. Along with returning guest and young winemaker in the making Gidon Marcus, together we taste through Yaakov's newest releases under the Pinto brand and explore his personal wines, and then go even deeper into the future, sampling barrels and experimental lots that are still evolving in the cellar. This is an extraordinarily long episode, but scattered throughout it are the kinds of gems only Yaakov Oryah can drop. How he thinks about textures and oxidation, blending and barrel work, desert terroir and patience, and what it really means to raise a wine over time. So settle in and treat this conversation the way you would treat one of Yaakov's wines, not rushed but savored. This is Wine Class with Yaakov Oryah on the Kosher Terroir.
Starting off with whites.
The 25 harvest?
25 harvest, yeah. We start off with Pinto Chardonnay, which I think is a very good example to what Negev does to white wines.
So the color already is really cool.
Chardonnay is a grape. Chardonnay is a grape that usually has some kind of body structure, sometimes something square about it. And the Chardonnay here is the body is almost like a Sauvignon Blanc. It's crisp, it's light, but it has the Chardonnay flavors. It's Chardonnay with freshness and structure that comes more from acid than from weight.
Okay. So it doesn't have the whole big surround, mouthfeel surround of Chardonnay.
I can't call it light because it has a center, like a solid center.
Yep, definitely.
But it's not a heavy wine. It's you would expect more weight on this kind of for this varietal. The next wine we'll have here is Pinto Chenin Blanc or Chenin Blanc, which is a grape that does very, very well
in the desert.
It's not really expected because it's the best place to grow is in the Loire, cold place, damp place. Oh, here we're dry and hot, but it's
different.
Yeah. This is still going to go through an oak treatment, which it didn't go through yet. We'll give it a little bit more complexity, a little bit more body.
But it's still. These are very balanced.
It's balanced. It's more weighty than the Chardonnay. Over time, it gets becomes more aromatic than it is at this stage. It's maybe we'll open a bottle from 1924. Right. We'll see where it goes.
Very cool.
Come, let's pass here. Yeah, we'll pass here.
Okay. So you keep it in the smaller containers because you don't have enough to put into a vat where the cooling jacket extends low enough down to keep it cool.
It depends on the type of wine. I mean, some wines are of big volume, so we use a stainless steel. Some of them are small volume to begin with.
Yeah.
We receive a little bit, let's say, for a spice. Or I want to add an aspect of skin fermented wine to a white wine. All those things will give us a reason to use a small vat. Where are we up to? Here we are. Prime, this is Gidon.
This is Gidon.
Yes, we do.
Gidon is Oleh Chadash. He's working now in Shiloh Winery. And is that a wine tour with Simon?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds really cool. This is Blanc de Noir. This is Ormeaufil.
Okay. Wow.
It's going to get a little bit lighter than it is right now. You see it still has a certain tint of color.
Yeah.
This is a real lean wine. You can spit on the floor. We're going to rinse the floor here.
Okay, yeah. No, wow.
This is cool.
This is a mistake.
It tastes kind of like, not in like a bad way necessarily. It's almost like a blue cheese type flavor on it.
Okay. In 2016, I wanted to make a rosé. I got zero color. I resisted temptation to add to it a little red wine, because I believe that if things happen to you, you're supposed to learn from them. And I just didn't add the color. I got a rosé without a color. And the reason was I harvested so early. The reason I came up with this, I wanted to do bleeding to make a red wine more concentrated, but instead of doing it to the vat, I wanted to do it in the vineyard. I made an early harvest, just enough, like at around 11 and a half potential alcohol, around 18 and a half brix. And I was just meant that the red wine will have lower yield to ripen. And that didn't happen. I mean, I wanted to make for a rosé, but that didn't happen because I harvested so early, there wasn't enough color. That's when I was tempted to add some red wine. I didn't, and it became one of my better selling wines because for restaurants, it's just great because it's each sip it's like mouth-watering, and you want to have the next sip.
The acid is really, really strong.
Right, and it has a certain kind of complexity, even though it's unspecified, because it's not, you can't say you have your raspberries or strawberries. It's I think a little vague what fruit we have. There's something juicy about it, but a little vague. And each sip makes you want to have the next sip. So basically, you order a bottle for your friends, and
you need another bottle soon.
You need not bottle number two.
Is it a lower alcohol?
Very low alcohol. This is around 11%.
This is definitely one of the most acidic wines I've ever had, and it's awesome. It's really, really cool.
It's a very food-friendly wine. It'll be very dull to drink it by itself, standalone wine. On the other hand, it's a great mouth cleanser. If you want to have in your mouth before the next bite, does the job. So
I could see this going crazy. I could see this going crazy with I always say with spicy food, but
food in general.
Yeah, food in general. This would go with.
I always find
orange wines go really well with very spicy food.
Right.
I always find it hard to, the hardest thing to eat with drinking wine is spicy food, I find, because often it
doesn't match.
It doesn't match.
Except
typically.
orange wines.
Orange wines. You should try an orange wine with Chinese. Crazy.
Really?
Crazy blend. It's really crazy blend. You're the one who told me about that, and I said, yeah, because I like hot wings and what have you like that. And it was perfect. And everybody I've told since then has come back and said, wow, I tried that with, Chinese and it worked. It really was good. And I said, it's from Yaakov. It's not me.
Let's continue with some whites.
Yeah. Mouth is still watering from that wine. Yeah. Really great.
One of the more challenging grapes, I think, white grapes, is Gewürztraminer, which I tended in the past not to like because there's just too much of everything, too much perfume, too much cheap perfume.
Whoa. I've never had this grape before. This is very, very unique.
כן. רק משולב. בוגר לא לגעת. So this is, I started to do this past few years with pressing whole clusters to get a little bit less phenolics, a little bit better acidity. And it's a varietal that tends to be soapy, but
It also has like a banana Laffy Taffy. Like banana candy. Like gummy.
it has banana. It has a lot of banana, you're right. Usually it has lychee and... What else does it have?
It does have like the soapy, deodorant-y, clothes, like laundry detergent smell.
So I don't put it out as a varietal. Varietal?
This would be a little intense by itself.
Whatever.
Both work?
Yeah, both work.
All right. Retrospectively, I'm happy I didn't make too many mistakes.
No, we haven't.
And I use it in blends. And I have a blend, Queen of Hearts. It's a very classic, royal, almost grapes. Chardonnay, Chenin, and Sauvignon. And this gives it liveliness and spice. I use it in an anthology of spice, orange wine. There's a blend based on orange Gewürztraminer. I have a varietal orange Gewürztraminer. And I make a dessert wine from this. Not this year, but I do.
And the dessert wine is just variety by itself.
Right.
Where does this usually grow? Like, or where is
The term Gewürztraminer is in German, the word, the name. But it really means Gewürz is spice in German. And Traminer means the one that came from Tramin. There's a village in northwest Italy, it's called Tramin. And the grape that grows there is Traminer, the one from Tramin. And then it went to Germany and Alsace, and it went through some kind of mutation, and it became a lot more spicy, so it becomes Gewürztraminer, the spicy one from Tramin. Spicy Traminer. It's usually too much. Even this is almost, it is too much. Rose petals, that's what it has. Dried rose petals, almost rotting.
Shalom bracha. Shalom bracha.
like the type of bathroom scent?
What?
Like the bathroom scent rose
Yeah,
petal.
the potpourri, that's what they call it.
Yeah, the spray or whatever. That's cool. How many people in Israel, like, is this grown a lot in Israel? Or?
It's grown a lot in Germany and Alsace and Austria. It's usually you'll find it as a cheap, semi-dry wine because I do hold clusters now, so you don't sense it so much. But usually, mine has bitterness, and it's used. They leave a little residual sugar to mask the bitterness, but this doesn't have bitterness, and this is dry.
And the whole cluster in Tafka makes it less bitter, you're saying?
Yeah.
Interesting. Isn't the logic often hafuch because you get like the tannin from the wood and like
No, you don't get all the tannins. It's not fermented with the skins here. This is a white wine. It's pressed. When I press it, I don't crush it and press it. I just press the whole cluster.
So it's going through one less squishy stage, basically.
Right. So you're getting less extraction of the bitter tannins.
I've never smelled anything like this. I've never had anything like this. This is very cool. Because it's not really heavily aromatic in the way like a Gewürztraminer is aromatic.
Normally it would be a lot worse than this or stronger than this. This is very restrained. And therefore it's more refined.
Gewürz has tendency, what most kosher people who've tasted Gewürz have tasted, is a sweet, like dessert, very aromatic wine.
Very what?
Aromatic wine. That's typically
Right, and usually you'll find it like, not know in dollars, but like in shkalim would be like a 50 shekel wine. For people that don't drink wine, but they got to drink wine, so it's like a kind of almost a juice. It's usually on the low scale of the market.
I've only tasted it. Yeah. I get it, but I'm only in the kosher market. So in the kosher market, it's...
Wow.
Let's go back there.
Yeah.
Like, you're saying you wouldn't put it as a single varietal, but it's like it's just enough that it's a little too much, but it's kind of cool because it's unique in that way.
He makes a sweet
We'll get to
dessert.
it. We'll open it later.
Are you going to open it? Yeah, because
I really like
then you'll
that's-
taste it and it's cool. It's one of the most incredible dessert wines in Israel.
Like, even smelling the empty glass, it smells like very
Yeah,
strong.
I know.
It's awesome. Very cool.
This is Viognier. Viognier is also a grape that,
There you go.
We're talking about
in the
that.
family of too much. Most people...
Family of too much.
Yeah.
I love it.
Gewürztraminer is in the family of too much.
Well,
Remember?
he was working with Covenant. So we were talking about this on the drive down.
The Viognier,
that
yeah.
one of the things that really hooked him was the Covenant Viognier.
This
And
is
it also
very
hooked
different.
him.
From Covenant.
Yeah, from the Viognier and the California Viognier, for sure.
In what way?
Well, it's a lot more like peach and
Here.
fruit forward. No, on the
There.
Covenant, I'd say. Like, it's almost like smelling a fused tea. Like
Okay.
Kazot, that's how it was. Here, different. I'm figuring it out how. Like, this is more kibbutz like pineapple. It's also a little bit more aromatic.
Oh, so it's pineapple, passion fruit, and apricot.
I would have never come up with that, but I'm smelling it and tasting it.
The apricot and the pineapple, I think, stand out the most.
I love passion
I do
fruit.
get the passion fruit, yeah.
So I'm getting the passion fruit too.
Now, when I say family of too much, it's people that if you don't drink wine, but you're in the business of smelling wine, and some people, okay, we had our fun smelling, now let's also gulp it down, then these varietals are amazing. And if you want to drink them as, that's your focus, then they're in the family of too much.
Right.
How much of this could you drink? Now, both of these varietals, also my Gewürz and also Pinto's Viognier, they work very hard on restraining them. There could be a lot more. Okay? I don't want them to be more. I want them to, even, first of all, neither of them are going to be put out as a varietal wine. But even as their role as a component, I want it to be a component with finesse and not a component with lack of elegance. So, for what they are, they're more refined, and in the blend, they'll give their note in a more restrained and elegant way. Not just theoretically, you could use a smaller quantity if you make it more extracted. I don't like that. I'd rather use a little bit more, but more refined, and keep the overall sensation.
What are they doing? That's not pumping over.
No, when a vat sits for a long time,
Yeah.
it becomes inconsistent. The acids settle down,
Okay.
and if you taste the wine from the top and you taste the wine from the bottom, you're tasting really two different wines.
So it's actually like a pump over. It's mixing.
Homogenizing it.
Okay.
It's just circulating it
Okay.
just to
Okay.
make it. Ephraim, that's around enough. Yeah, just. Not that it bothers me, because it's not picking up the lees. It's not picking up the mishkad, the sediment. What?
How does it pick up the sediment if it's going from the bottom part of his egg?
Oh, because it's already went through a first racking. So it just
it's
is
not
like a little
much
sand on the bottom. So if you do it gently, you'll be able to circulate without picking that up.
This also, I feel like, has a little bit of the perfumey smell, like clean, like bathroom scent smell, like a tad, much less than the other one.
What's amazing me, this is also a Negev wine,
This
right?
is a Negev wine.
So this is amazing to me. You've really figured out how to beat the desert.
On the contrary, I
Or
learned
use the
to work with the desert.
Right.
Instead of going against the desert, we learned to walk together.
Did you find that over the years you've been working in the Negev, that the things have changed and become a lot better very quickly? Or not so? Like meaning in your working with the kamim here, down here, and I assume you learned a lot very quickly because it's so different than a lot of other places.
I can't say that. I started to work with the Negev wines in 2009. I had a winery. It was called a sniff. It was located in Oryah. It was important for me to make local wine. And from 2009, I've been making red and white wines. And the whites tend to be easier to understand. Because
As far as how the Negev affects them? Or
as far as how to work with them after the Negev affected them, to be accurate. Which means you have a very short ripening cycle, and therefore the skins are the main problem. And the acids are an advantage because you are able to harvest before the acids crash. And you're able to get interesting acids, which is a cocktail of acids, as opposed to acidifying wine, which you only acidify with tartaric, so it's a little bit one-dimensional. So if you harvest early, you get the primary or acids of the grape, which are mainly a tartaric, but not only tartaric, and they're more complex. The problem part is the skin that didn't ripen yet, and it's harsh. The phenolics, the phenolics, not tannins, are harsh and green, and so the real challenge here is working with the skins, which lends to say red wines, which is really the main issue. And that is why I came back down to the Negev, because I had a winery here. I was working here for 9, 10, 11, 12, 4 years, and I did not feel that I really figured out the red challenge. And when Pinto Winery was starting and they offered me the position, one of the main reasons I came, first of all, was the people. They inspired me for this project, and also for the professional challenge. When I was the winemaker of Psagot, the wine basically made itself. We just had very good grapes. They had 11. I was the first winemaker, but after 11 years of the winery existing without a winemaker, as long as you don't mess up, you have the wine makes itself. And I can't say that about here. Here it's really, from year to year, I try to understand better the environment, its effect on the grape, and what you do with it afterwards. Okay, our next wine will be a Roussanne.
Okay. I happen to love Roussanne.
This is a Roussanne which we found.
It's lovely.
We found a vineyard in 2020 when we started to work. There was a vineyard here that was machine harvested and went to bulk wine to Arza in Mishar Adumim. And we were just starting. We didn't know what's growing here, not growing here. So I asked Philip, the winemaker, to allow me to have one row, so I could make one barrel. So we did one barrel in 2020. I loved it. And in 2021, we planted a vineyard. They were allowing us to take grapes for that vineyard of Arza. And in 2024, we started to harvest our own grapes. And this is already from Pinto. This is from Yerucham here.
Wow.
Now, the main purpose of this wine is the Cholot White. So the Cholot White is, we'll go taste it. We actually just finished building it this morning. This is a wine on the higher level, really the medium level of Cholot White. It's around 75% Roussanne.
I thought the Cholot was the lowest level of
No, the entry level is the varietals.
Okay.
Then is the blends, and then is the Tzukim, which didn't come out yet.
Okay. So this is
the Cholot. We actually finished building this when you were here. This was actually built this morning. It's not, a big percentage of this was in oak, as opposed to a vat.
I was about to say, it smells like the Roussanne with some oak on it.
Most of this wine here fermented in oak, as opposed to what we tasted before, which is a vat fermentation.
It's the same grape as the Roustan as well, fermented in oak.
It's lovely. I like it a lot.
And we'll get a little bit more oaky, and then we'll let it integrate in the bottle probably. Now, let's taste the tzukim.
Okay.
We built the tzukim yesterday.
Yeah, no. That smells lovely.
It was a new oak it was fermented in?
Yes.
All 100%?
No. The oak was 100. All the oak was 100% new oak.
But not all of the
But it's not the
grape.
whole
Yeah.
component. It's not the whole percentage of the wine.
You built this.
Good topping job. Good barrel topping. You heard it that.
No, it means that the temperature is not good here. It's warmed up. It wouldn't be this full if
It was cooler.
it was cooler. But that's okay because the room here is around 16 degrees, 14, 16 degrees. And this is coming out of a vat that was kept at 12 degrees. And this was done yesterday, so right now it's
okay.
Yeah, we're good here.
Oh,
Oh, we smell a lot of fresh oak here.
That's pretty much.
Oh, that's not a good
that's what
example.
you're getting.
This is not a good example. This is a completely new oak. I don't want to give you this. Here. You could give me that back.
that's definitely oak.
Let's put it back in here. No, we have 11 barrels of this. 2 of them are new.
Okay.
Here, this is what you're supposed to taste. This. What do we have here? Yeah, it's a Redu. That's right.
When it sits in the bottle, like something that, let's say, like the Roustan we just had, which has a good amount of oak on it, that oak flavor tends to kind of lessen as it sits in a bottle or in a barrel? Or I guess not a barrel.
First of all, it depends on how much you have there. This is to rinse your glass from that oak, please.
1 second.
It depends how much you're starting off with. And if you have too much, it will always be noticed. And if you have a balanced amount, then it will be integrated.
Yeah. Basically, from the start, can it start as quite prominent and then integrate over time?
Yeah. Again, as long as you don't have too much to begin with. Yeah, it's more like it. I was shocked before. I was expecting that.
Yes.
Big difference. Not a big difference.
Still oaky. Yesterday, before I put it in the vat, it was better. In the barrels, I mean, from the vat.
It tastes more oaky than it smells.
What?
I think it tastes a little more oaky than it smells.
Yeah. Be careful with that. Okay. Simon, I'm sorry I'm schlepping you back and forth here.
No, I'm
but-
happy to go. I'm walking. I'm fine.
Okay.
I don't like to stand for long times, but I don't mind walking. It's okay. For this, any day. If I start complaining about walking through wineries to taste wine, you know what? Push me off the cliff. It's over.
Oh, because we have a lot. We could taste through a lot. Now we're going to go through a few reds of Pinto.
Yep.
And then,
Okay.
it's a wine you're unlikely to see in Shiloh,
Why
This
so?
is lovely.
color-wise.
Oh, yeah. For a lot of reasons.
What
This
is it?
Grenache.
It's Grenache.
Grenache of the Negev.
It has like a candied kind of
Yeah,
sweetness
that's-
to it.
Red candy.
This is really cool. Also beautiful color.
It's almost like a Pinot color.
A Pinot color. It's, you know, Grenache is referred to as Pinot for the poor.
Okay. I don't mind. I thought Petuni was that. I thought Petuni was that.
Petuni. Beituni.
Petuni.
This has a bitterness has an austerity. Austerity is part of this harvest. 24 and 25 had a higher austerity than previous years. I don't know why. Could be it has to do with the heat.
How did the dryness? Did you guys get impacted by the dryness of the year?
No, because we actually irrigate.
Okay.
Everything's irrigated here. Most places that rely on rain and irrigate what's needed, or for example, my vineyards in Ramat HaGolan, which hardly are not irrigated at all because there's so much water in the ground,
Right.
and they don't need irrigation. This year they were irrigated and it was not enough, and the yields were low, as opposed to here where the yields were high.
It's kind of like a hybrid. Like if you close your eyes and irrigate, like it has a light mouthfeel, but like the tannin's there. But if you look at the color, like you don't expect, nothing kind of aligns.
That's one of the fascinating things about Grenache, is that it has a big body.
But usually you don't see it with color like this.
And you don't,
At
exactly.
all.
It's a dissonance between what you expect because of the color, like a light thing, and a wine that it's actually weighty.
How did
And this is not a very high sugar harvest. It's not a high ripening position of harvest. If you would let it fully ripe, it would be a monster as far as volume, with not a lot of change in color.
How long did this sit on skins for?
And
On the skins?
2-3 weeks.
Not a long time.
No.
It's cool. It's really not like if you would close your eyes when you look at it, it's a little bit of.
One of the things when we finish our tour, a walking tour, we're gonna open a few bottles. One of them will be Grenache 22, which
I'd really love to taste.
Huh? It's something that Simon and I have been discussing.
This is really cool. Wow.
Yaakov is the one who introduced me to a bunch of different wines, besides orange wines, which I originally absolutely disliked, and which over time, I don't know how anybody drinks non-orange wines. So that was kind of crazy to me. Instead of it was like turning up the contrast on your color television and seeing these vivid colors. It was like unbelievable. But it took me a bit to realize that or feel that. So that was one thing. The other one was Grenache. I've fallen in love with Grenache.
This Grenache it's so different from any of like the California stuff. It's also it's still Grenache, like it's still there,
Right.
but at the same time, it's especially in color and body and weight, it's so different.
Before we go to our next varietal, I want to taste you the hard press of this wine. Okay.
Yep. So
That's really cool.
I'll tell you, the
It's
first
like-
time I met Simon.
It's like wine inception.
Wine what?
Inception. Like he's in the guess you one thing, get another.
yeah, go ahead.
First time I met Simon was at tasting in his house. And he had two things to say about my wine. The orange wine, this is not for me.
Yeah.
And the dessert wine, I don't have nothing bad to say about it. That was
No,
the Musketeer.
I know. And you know something? The trouble with dessert wines for me is they're so sweet and they're almost like, they're only medicinal almost. And they all have like this medicinal edge to them. And this was the first sweet dessert wine I ever tasted that was like, there's nothing wrong with this wine. It's just delicious. And actually now I go back and I love the wine. Like, anything I can do to get a bottle of that 08. Ugh. And it's a Chardonnay.
It's very cool.
That's a wine that is crazy. He makes a wine called Musketeer. Old Musketeer.
We're going to taste it for barrel tasting.
Okay. Old Musketeer. The 08.
No, that's not enough.
Go ahead. The 08 is it tastes like waffles with maple syrup. I've never tasted a wine that ever tasted that way. And when I tell people, they go, yeah, right, okay. Yeah, that's one of your BS wine
Tasting notes.
tasting notes. And then they just go, oh my God, this is, and you know what really I drove crazy at our wedding, at my daughter's wedding, I served a bottle of the 8
years.
8-year-old, and my Bechutanit doesn't drink wine. And I went over to her with it in a glass. And I poured it and I said, "This is for you." And she said, "I don't drink wine." And I said, "I know you don't drink wine.
That's why you get
You
it.
have to taste this." And she said, No, but I don't like." I said, "Please, all I want you to do is taste it. You don't have to drink any more of it, just taste it." She goes, "Oh my God, where did this come from? This is delicious." Now this is what?
The same wine, the hard press of it.
This is
I separated the press,
I think I kind of prefer the press.
of course. That's why I brought you here.
This is great.
I have 1 barrel of it.
This is the hard press of it. Afterwards, this is the free run.
Free run and mild
minimum.
press. Here, taste
Does the
this.
hard press tend to be more, like I would assume the hard press is more tannic,
Yes,
but this is
it is
less
more tannic,
It feels
but
a
it's
little
not.
less.
It's less austere. It's a Grenache hard press. It's just, I have 1 barrel of it. I really wanted to take it to Yaakov Oryah Wines, but it's just being decent. I said it belongs to Pinto. It's a nice wine. Isn't this nice?
This is delicious. This is absolutely delicious. And this is the same Grenache, only...
Same Grenache.
Yeah.
You know, I'm Bezrat Hashem making this year. I'm going to attempt to make a SOB.
Okay.
I like this a lot.
This is nice, right?
Yeah, both the Grenaches are different but very cool.
This is something
Really-
special.
Really unique.
Ooh, this is really nice.
Well, like they have the like I said, the flavor of a Grenache that like you put it in your glass and it's really dark color, and it's much heavier body, but without looking like that. But it has more. It's not as much, but it's kind of somewhere in the middle. It's really cool.
This would be my go-to Grenache as far as overall impression. It has just what you said. It doesn't have the austerity that bothers me there. It has a little bit more weight, but not a lot more weight. It's just a very balanced wine. I separated it because what you said is what I expect: more tannic, more harsh.
Yeah.
It just came up
For a
beautiful.
hard, a hard press, it's not what you would expect you would have it at all.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, we finished Grenache. Let's go to other varietals.
Whatever you want.
Very cool.
What? Is this okay for you?
More than
No,
okay.
we could go. We could leave now if you
We
want.
can go. Actually,
I'm actually doing something that I don't have a chance to do myself.
I
I'm too
know.
busy.
This is the best.
wow,
Like,
this is really awesome. Yeah.
When do you get a chance to do this sort of thing?
Okay, this is now we're going on to our Malbec.
Okay.
Malbec is a very successful grape in the Negev. It's one of those things that happened and we like them, so we're doing it more. If you would think about it, you wouldn't plant it here,
Yeah.
but it works.
Yeah. Which is exactly why you planted here. I know.
People have been doing things here for 20 years without a lot of understanding, but probably what their consideration is what was available in the nursery. Okay, we'll plant that. Some of them work, some of them don't work. Like Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot don't really work. But Malbec, from all odds, from all odd grapes, this is very nice here.
What I'm still thinking about that Grenache is that I actually think it went very well, like a little chilled. And I think it's gonna. A lot of people are probably going to be drinking it out of the bottle not chilled, and I think it's going to be less good.
Yeah, that's what we recommend. By the way, the reason we started to bottle varietal Grenache was what you just said. It was my request. It was not on our planned portfolio, but I said we need a white wine for hipsters, a red wine for hipsters, which
Like a
is
chilled-
light color
a chilled
and chilled.
available red.
You don't want a
Chilled
tannic,
red.
you want it pale, you don't want a red, you don't want it for
But
mature.
it does have like I'm saying, it's somewhere in between. It's not totally to like the chillable red, no tannin type wine.
No, but it's something that we could aim to that crowd, and I like it. Now this wine is not ready yet. Okay, it's just it's
I know,
light
but-
and spicy. That's what's behind it. It's one of our bigger hits. It's one of those wines that we have a hard time making enough of it. Thank God, because it's light and spicy. It's not a heavy wine. It's not a
This is a good food wine, too.
yeah.
This is a good restaurant wine.
Because you could say overall in my profile, in my portfolio, and in Pinto's portfolio, I don't aim to make heavy wines. That means one of my better friends in the wine world is Amichai, but we're practically on both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, I'm noticing that.
Yeah, okay. We get along well, and we love tasting each other's wines, but it's really everything he aims for, I try to get away from. Vice versa. Because
He's going the other way, though.
Huh?
He's going the other way.
What do you mean they're going the other way? He's getting lighter?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I really love that Grenache. That was very cool. Because I find that like wines, like he was saying, in that more lightly.
I can't sit in the lab
light-
because they're sitting in the lab, but that's okay. We'll sit here. We'll sit here.
We'll lean on
This
to
is
barrel.
good.
This one is I like the Grenache a lot better than the Malbec. But
This Grenache. Yeah.
Yeah.
The difference between the Grenaches is one of them is a beautiful woman in a yellow sundress, and the other one is a beautiful woman in velvet, a black velvet evening gown.
Because
It's like so different.
It doesn't
No.
lose though its softness. Like it's not. It's very funny. Also coming from like
Come on, we can actually sit in the.
working with like
lunchroom.
Edu.
Yeah.
That is such a specific, like, heavy, huge, tannic, full body. Like, every wine comes out like dark as can be.
There isn't anything.
Like, there is no lightness in Jonathan's wines. Like, that is not
Anything.
a
that he-
word that I don't think anyone's ever used to describe a single wine he's ever made.
Here it is. Here it is. We're here.
So it's cool to see the other side of, like, making red wines. As, like, being a lot more light and, like, the body is, because I think the way not the way he thinks about it, but the way when you drink his wine, it's almost this impression of like, oh, the lighter it is, the less successful it is.
Yeah.
But here it's a very opposite.
Opposite. Yeah.
Cool.
You know what? Yaakov makes wines for restaurants. And a lot of the restaurants are looking for a lighter wine
It's not gonna kill the food.
that's not going to kill the food. But remember, we're in a Mediterranean food experience here. People aren't serving big steaks. You know, they do. Amichai is a steak guy.
Yeah. It's a lot of fish and salad.
Yeah, it's fish, salad, lamb, lighter stuff, but with a lot of salads with spices and stuff. And the lighter wines just work off of them so much better.
Cabernet, where that was my first exposure to like working in wine and learning about it. And they describe themselves, and I think rightfully so, as like minimalist intervention. Like it's native yeast fermentation. They're trying to add. They're not.
I don't always buy into that native yeast fermentation, because if you ever use a yeast in the winery, it's everywhere. There's no way you can have native yeast fermentation.
Yes. Well, so okay, fine. Maybe the term.
just
native,
telling you.
No,
I know.
I'm thinking about it. It's
Yeah.
a good point. I'd say the term native yeast, maybe in that regard, is a literal term, is correct. Like, are you exactly getting like? Is it just the vineyard's expression of yeast and that's it and nothing more?
Never.
No.
Not unless it's the first time it's ever come into the
Into this
vineyard.
wine vat and this barrel.
Right,
100%.
right. Oh, because the yeast just goes into the air and it's everywhere.
Stays there. Yeah, it doesn't go anywhere.
Right.
That I agree with, but it is, you do end up with like, when you choose a certain strain, you choose one strain, you say,
Right.
this is my strain, you end up with a much more diverse profile of yeast that are active. And then the question is, okay, as it ferments, like usually from what I understand, one yeast will kind of take precedence depending on like if it survives one alcohol,
Sometimes it does, yeah.
acidity and stuff. Then you'll get a little more, I understand, I think it makes sense that you'll get a little more complexity in your fermenting yeast.
Yep.
Because they'll have a larger diverse profile as opposed to saying this one yeast is what I want to use.
Right.
Right.
I agree.
Okay, so I think we'll taste some bottled wines before we go on to desserts.
Okay.
What's Yotam?
Yotam is a winemaker. Used to be a winemaker in Barkan. Then he became a consultant and an importer, and all our vats here are imported by him, Yotam Sharon, and he
Isn't he?
also made a small label of his own. And this recently became the winemaker of Binyamin.
Okay.
So now he's less or more occupied.
Yeah, I'm sure it keeps him busy.
And this is Pina's wine, by the way.
That's Benina's? Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Which one?
Are there any female winemakers in Israel? Just curious.
Huh?
Are there any female winemakers in Israel?
yes.
Like which because
Who's one?
Huh? Pina.
Oh, What did you say?
Female wine.
Oh, female winemakers.
Oh, but there's Achat, and there's Tel, and there's Nika,
Nika.
and there's Ramata Golan, that part of the team. Not too many, but there are. Oh, there's more. There's more incoming ones. Tuta is run by Anat Agmon.
Cool.
And Blending, there's a winery called Blending. Blending, that's the name, yeah. It's also, she's a winemaker, extra Ramata Golan that started her own brand. And there is...
How do you have a Bat Shlomo?
Yeah, I was about to ask.
It's just a vat.
You just bought it, or?
We bought it a few years ago. They didn't need it, and I took it from the importer.
Also in California, Alicia Will is winemaker for Herzog.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess we were so blessed.
She's a religious woman who's a winemaker. Alicia Will.
Cool.
Here, it's over here.
Okay, come.
Yeah, you can rinse your wine. I doubt you tasted a wine
Like this.
made in this way.
Cool. I mean, it's different from the start, that's for sure.
I told him a little bit about me. Not about me.
He's a nice guy.
Not about me.
I know like there's something here that's registering, but I'm not figuring out how to say it, if that makes sense.
It's great.
There's a smelling that I know what it is. It's not coming out.
It's lovely.
You like it?
I like it a lot.
What do you think?
Which one is this?
There's something that stands at the front of it. And I'm
Right.
trying to, like, I know what it is, but I can't place it.
This
It's
is
like
Go ahead.
like a fermentation-y type, almost.
Just smell it. Before we taste it, just smell it. What do you get here?
Like almond almost? Like, I'm not sure.
Almond is a good guess. Sewage belongs there too.
But not a bad.
Not a bad sewage. On the contrary, for me, I always add in Hebrew, biyuv beketa tov.
I don't know if I've ever smelled you with different though.
This is it. This is it.
It's like funky old like.
As I said, I don't think you ever tasted a wine made in this way. It's something I started last year. It's one of the components of the me. But it was so mind-blowing to me that but whatever didn't go into me, I bottled separately. This is wine it's a white wine that usually when you make a wine, you crush it, you press it, put it in a vat, you let it settle, you rack it, and then you make a wine from the clean juice. This is unracked. This is make a wine from the whole murky gook without refining it by settling it and racking.
So it's like the ultimate Surly, kind of?
No, Surly is yeast.
It is just awesome. I thought it was set it into Clalit.
It could be. My French is not that good. But usually, yes. And basically, this is an unracked white fermentation. And those are very reductive components.
Because the box that takes all the oxygen, basically?
Probably. And therefore, I was in the Loire on the wine tour, and I found a winery that does wine without racking. And then it's reductive. And then they keep it in a barrel for 2 years. So the micro-oxidization of the long-term barrel aging balances out the reductivity.
When I was like first understanding reductivity, and I still haven't understanding reductivity, I always understood it to be like an egg smell.
No, egg cell is a derivative of sulfur. If you have egg smell, it's really caused by yeast that are in stress because of excessive sulfur, and you get egg SO2 SO components. So that's not reductivity really. It's really yeast, a combination of yeast stress and and sulfur derivatives. This is not pure reductivity.
And this is recently bottled, or this is a new vintage?
This is pure reductivity. You don't have sulfur here. You don't have yeast stress. You just have that gook that changed the profile of the wine.
And this is like I said, it's a new vintage. It's not like
This is 24. It's bottled. It's not on the market yet. It's called unracked. And how do you say unracked in Hebrew?
Lelo racking.
How do you say racking in Hebrew?
I say racking in English when I talk to people, and then they get it again because they don't understand what I'm saying.
What's the word for racking in Hebrew? Do you know?
Sinun? I don't know. No.
Shpia.
Oh, yeah. I do know that actually. They say that word. It's never registered as racking.
So this is Loshvia?
There is something like also like older about it. Like if you were to blindfold me.
1 second.
Do you agree? Or?
I agree. I get what you're saying.
Cool.
What should be? I love it.
See it in Hebrew?
Alfie. I really like that. It's very funny.
Losh Rafui
Yeah.
is the Loshvia.
Okay.
That also means insane.
That's very cute.
This wine didn't come out yet. This is from 24. This is part of the components of the ME. ME learned a new method how to extract different profiles from the grape.
But like smelling past that, like main note, it's like an herbal,
It's not herbal. It's not herbal. It's not minerality.
No, they're definitely not mineral.
It's not sulfur.
It's
It's
insanity.
just good old bad reductivity.
Insanity. Insanity.
Insanity is what's called in Hebrew. But yeah. For most people, people that like wine are intrigued, but people that enjoy drinking wine and not wine people, you don't drink this.
Well, if I was expecting like just a stout, like a white wine, like 4 or whatever, yeah, this would be weird.
It would be weird. But now this was really the introduction to going on to our Grenache 22.
Can I say that? I think if this was like like a semi-sweet dessert wine, it'd be pretty.
Okay. Semi-sweet.
Because I think
Look, it has the funk that we associate with the old world, which is really damp cellars.
Yeah, I call it wet wool sweaters.
Okay.
I hear.
Yeah, that's not far from
That's
that.
what I call it.
Yeah. Damp wool sweaters with a note of copper.
People like
metallic.
as well.
Metallic there, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
To your point
metallic.
about like wine people versus not wine people, like if someone just wanting a bottle of white wine would be like, what the heck is this? Versus someone like, thinking about it.
Right.
It does make you think and make me think sometimes like, oh am I like are we a little nuts? Like, when you sometimes get a wine that smells like wrong but good but
No,
interesting.
we're not nuts. We're sensual people. We enjoy the activity of our senses, as opposed to a consumer, which you want it to taste good and smell good. We're actually
I don't want to play with it.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't want to have to explore.
Right.
I just want to know.
But we're having fun
I don't want to know
because
anything else.
now I'm going to get you the Grenache 22. I'll bring a few bottles. Give me a minute or two, and I'll.
No problem. We're here.
Okay. After what we just tasted, we'll go on to the Grenache 22,
Yes.
which
sir.
was another, just continuing with exploring the reductivity route.
Right.
From here, going back to Yerushalayim?
Yeah. Why? No, I'm going to go to another winery. No.
Are you able to drive after all this?
Yes, I can.
Good.
I can. I'm going to have something to eat. Maybe I'll stop and eat some
What time is it
pizza or
now?
something. What? It's not late. It's not yet 2 o'clock.
Ah, okay. This is a rinse,
Yeah.
and this is your wine.
This is the Grenache.
Grenache 22, which was
This is the
unsold
Grenache
for
tasted.
2 years, undrinkable for 2 years. Tasting it with Simon and being interviewed about it. And
Something that was a podcast, you tried it, and it was...
yeah. And I asked Simon to delete because it was simply reductive, and the same thing we were talking about, the previous wine had that very dominant. And what happens with reductive wines over time, that the reductivity is converted into complexity. Once that stink goes away, it has an added dimension that most wines do not have.
I was about to say, I don't think I've ever encountered a wine like this.
Like this.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm thinking usually it's you're pinpointing reference points and something similar. There's something going on here. It's very different.
There's a whole section, not root, of wine. There's a whole section of wines that go, instead of through an oxidative route, they go through a reductive route. And you'll find that in Northern Rhone Syrah. You'll find that in the Semillon. You'll find that somewhat in Chenin Blanc. Usually you do not find that in Grenache, but when you do, you get this. Amichai was here on his way to Eilat. I opened a whole slew of wines. And it was on Friday. He was on his way to Eilat for the weekend. The winery was closed. Didn't know what to do with all the open wines. I told him, take him, enjoy them with your family. I asked him what did the wines behave, on the weekend? Everybody did. What was the best? Grenache 22. You guys are makbir to taste wines on the right days biodynamically?
Are we on the right day, biodynamically?
No.
We're on the worst day.
Today we could start tasting wines at 6 o'clock in the evening.
What does that mean? Biodynamic what does that mean?
Because of the sun, because of the moon. Moon. Because the moon is, we're actually at a time with no, to be honest, we're at a time with no moon.
So there's no moon.
Rosh Chodesh is
right?
Friday.
Yeah.
But we're not quite there yet.
Wait, what do you mean by what
Biodynamics is a movement.
You don't know about it?
I know about trying wines and moon phases and this, I do not know.
What are you kidding? That's the whole thing with biodynamics.
Biodynamics is, first of all, it's almost a religious movement.
It is.
When I say
organic,
No.
No.
Oh, wait. Please tell me.
From the biodynamic point of view, being organic is fighting a battle with one hand tied behind your back. Basically, the biodynamics says if the moon could influence the tide of the ocean by gravity, it pulls the water. So it probably will be pulling the water within the plant.
But the mass is very small.
The mass is very small, but it has an effect. You take what happens in a big mass and you see it happens. So you say it's unmeasurable in the vine, but it's the same effect happening.
It does make a difference. And it's even in the barrels.
Even in the barrels.
Gravity's all about mass. So like these little grapes.
It's
That's like saying
No. I think the measurability is about mass.
Correct.
Not the effect. The phenomenon is there. Okay, that's just they have a whole.
Like saying if you put enough grapes in one phase, you're gonna buy a home.
It's put like saying if you put enough grapes in one wine in one place, you will see the difference in fluctuation of the level of the liquid based on gravity.
Okay.
If you have an ocean of wine.
Well, the movement of the liquid, not the.
Okay.
No, but it's not so much the liquid as the sediment. So that when you empty your barrels, you empty
there's a whole cycle, there's a whole idea behind it. And biodynamics is making the biodynamic, which means we talk a lot about terroir in wine, but it's terroir based on what's living in the terra, in the ground, which is nematodes and fungi and bacteria and a whole bunch of things that actually make the environment healthy for the grape. And if you use too much pesticides and the soil dies, you'll get a very poor wine. And you are very much focused on biodiversity. That means if you go to Elvi in Spain and you walk in the middle of his vineyards, he has a row of apricot trees or cherry trees. He doesn't pick them.
Yeah.
He just wants the birds or the insects that are drawn to this, make a diversity for the drones that were drawn to a monoblock of just vines.
It's the opposite of pesticide. Pesticide is control, it's clean, it's removing.
And here it's the diversity creates a balance.
Yeah.
That's the basic idea. So there's a lot of vineyards, especially in Europe and also in California, that are growing with the idea of creating a balanced environment rather than a controlled, suffocating environment.
A lab versus like a forest.
Right, because the idea, there's a book written, I think in the 60s or in the 70s called When the Birds Stop Chirping, something like that. That's what started the organic movement, that by using pesticides, the soil died, the environment died. And that's what started the organic movement. But they were stopping pesticides, stopping the use of pesticides, but they were not encouraging the soil and the biosphere of the soil to be healthy. And the biodynamics is just like a step beyond. It's not just what you don't use, but what you do use to encourage the diversity and the livelihood of the environment of the soil. Yeah. Within that cycle, there's days of fruit, there's days of flowers, there's days of root, and I think there's days of leaves. Fourth one, I'm not sure. And when you have a day of fruit and flowers, the wines will taste better than a day of root or leaves. Okay, and it works. Why I say it's religion? Because it's very difficult to prove it at a one-to-one level. That means it's very hard to prove that this happens. But you look at an overall, in blind tastings of biodynamic vineyards score better than the non-viral.
But I would say as someone who's trained in the sciences is naturally not a skeptic in a cynical way, but like my initial reaction to things of skepticism, like in order to prove them, if that makes sense. To me, that sounds like it might be a very similar phenomenon with, let's say, Mevusha wine, right? Like, it's a good example. Mevusha wine is seen to be horrible, seen to be crap. Even so, I actually spoke to this like family that was coming to Israel, not religious, and they family friends, and they said, "Oh, we're looking for some wineries," and I said, "Well, what are you looking for? Like, is something to I can help recommend some places." And one of their conditions will not go to a winery that produces Mevusha wine. Period. Like, you do that one. We're not even going to And especially after working at Covenant, where they produce some pretty high-end wines and doing a lot of blind tastings, my conclusion is that Mevusha doesn't make wine bad, but most wine that is made in Mevusha wasn't good before it was Mevusha wine, right? So with something like biodynamics, it's likely that a lot of vineyards that are going through the process to ensure that they're the winemakers and then the wineries are quality winemakers to start, as opposed to if you're a box winemaker, you're not going to give a crap if your vineyard is biodynamic, if that makes sense. So it's a little bit like selection bias in a way. It's obviously it's a perspective. I'm not saying that's the way I think, but neither that would be my first thought, right? If you're drinking wine from a biodynamic vineyard, the person making the wine probably is a little bit more on top of what he does than the person who does much care.
That's what I thought. What you're saying is basically what I thought about the biodynamic movement for a long time. It's because if you give meticulous care to the vineyard, you're probably going to get good wines, biodynamic or not biodynamic, right? But big wineries, big producers, important producers said what you and I just said, and they did comparative protocols. They had huge vineyards, the same vineyards. One of them was going modern protocol with pesticides, etc. Mm-hmm. One of them was going organic, and one of them was going biodynamic. Same vineyard, same producer, and then they did blind tastings. And there's a lot of research on that. I'm just quoting. And at the end result, the biodynamic was always better, and it's the same producer. Cool. So to tell you I can scientifically explain it, I can't. To tell you that it works, it works. To tell you that there's people today that take the religion and try to transform it or translate it into a science and try to understand why they're better and ignore the religion aspect of it and just do the science of it, I could send you to someone in California that does an amazing work for that. Okay, he's an Israeli guy who moved to California.
Works with Kingsmark?
Roe.
Oh, yeah, I think I met him because I couldn't talk about a lot of these guys there.
Okay, so he first of all he's in charge of vineyards, like 10 vineyards. He transferred all of them to the Demeter, which is biodynamic protocol. But he's not a religious guy as far as biodynamics, and he just takes the science behind it and he makes healthy vineyards.
That's really cool.
Okay, now we're going down to the me. I'm not opening you the Chardonnay. By the way, Chardonnay me, or actually the series me, was inspired by a process that I went through with Simon.
Thank you for giving me any credit.
Any credit? I'm writing a book about that, and your whole story with your father is definitely described there.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's crazy. It was just as your site, by the way. This last Sunday was his your site.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to be using the Burgundy wines glasses.
And that's exactly. It's just around the corner.
You go here and then go right, left, and right. I think that should be.
That was very complicated, but I'll figure it out.
Nothing is easy in life. This is a white Burgundy for me.
This is the Viognier. I'm
No.
curious what he thinks about it because he made Viognier with Jeff.
Yeah. He especially loves Jeff's Viognier.
Yeah.
But I don't think it stands anywhere compared to his Israeli Viognier.
This is
Jeff's
even,
Israeli Viognier.
this is not Israeli Viognier. This is Viognier me, which is Israeli plus
I know. Multiple expressions.
the multiple.
Yeah. But it's also me is a perfect name for it because it's you.
Because at the end of the day, the putting together all the components is a personal decision.
Right. 100%. It's totally you.
Me or somebody else, it's the same,
No, it's
still a
totally
personal
you.
decision.
It's totally you. You are Mr. Anti-Terroir. You are. It's okay.
And I believe I'm a super terroir.
I know. I agree.
Because I'm extracting everything the terroir has to
Yeah,
tell
it
us.
has to offer. Yes.
This is a Viognier.
What year is this?
22.
I get a lot. That's really good.
Thank you.
I'd say like in the like a little bit more age on the white wines. That's one of the ones that I actually like. A little bit like I don't have the reaction of I think I would like it more when it was new.
No.
I'm trying to get some wine though, but that's my first.
This is like a Burgundian white, but made in Israel, which is like honestly unheard of.
This is really good.
Tell Jeff.
He would never go through this.
This is
Jeff would never.
at all.
The idea behind this series is extracting different profiles from the grape by different methods, different protocols of fermentation.
What are the different fermentation protocols that you use?
First of all, and really first of all, is different harvest dates.
Like years or time?
Oh, no.
Time and same, it's all single vineyard.
Same way.
You come in twice or 3 times, and you get a good acidity, good minerality, good body. And then you come in later for the ripeness and the flavors.
So kind of, if I say correctly, it's the dilemma of like, oh, this time of year and this time of the harvest, you have the acid and the flavor development versus the sugar development and all that, like basically taking the best of both worlds and combining them instead of choosing one or the other.
That's number one. Then in each of those decisions, you'll use different protocols. You use vat fermented, oak fermented, carbonic, orange wine, skin macerated, and recently unracked.
There's a lot of
Protocols on the same harvest. They have 5 fermentations.
there's orange macerated, white part of it. There's red, like classic,
White in oak
white and oak, unwrapped.
and unwrapped and skin macerated.
And regular skin macerated, not combined. Skin macerated.
No, skin macerated is an orange wine.
We said you did one with the
Each harvest.
skin macerated as well, or no?
No.
Oh, it was just the juice.
Yeah, but I get that theoretically there's only 2% alcohol created by carbonic maceration. In fact, I get, 10%, 8%. They use real dry environment carbonic maceration. I don't know, it's not right by science, but it works.
It's important.
It's called experience.
I guess I'm trying to pinpoint about why is it that
You like this?
I like it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Because it's usually the profile something I don't love. Like I don't dislike, particularly love it.
It's delicious in the mouth. It's got this great mouth feel. It's just
It has acidity. It has the not heavy cloying ripeness, alcoholic content. It has a twist of a skin maceration. It has the aromatics of a carbonic. It's just complex and balanced.
And I think that the best thing for me is that flavor of like almond, woody. I don't give it. It kind of goes out to like a little bit of last line. It's there, but it's not overpowering in the last one.
Well, that's 100%, and that's the difference between that's it and a component within a greater whole.
Like it's present. I like it. It doesn't like take over the entire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is that right? Well,
It's the
it's pretty
Viognier.
cool.
Thank you.
When you like are starting to think about these, call it, I would say to sound like mad scientist kind of perspectives on wine.
Yeah.
Like,
What generated that thought, even?
first of all, what generated that thought, but also like I can think of myself as someone like there's a certain sort of.
I didn't say mad scientist. But
Yeah, it's not.
I didn't use
said
that
mad
term.
scientist.
I didn't use that term.
Gabe Geller, that's what it
Where is that?
refers to me.
I told you I have a friend, Gabe Keller,
Royal is.
at Royal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he
He
hates Chardonnay.
He hates Chardonnay.
He hates Chardonnay, but not. He wouldn't hate the Chardonnay. He hates Chardonnay.
Let's go to the Chardonnay,
He
please.
hates Chardonnay. This is a Viognier. This is
But like, I guess there's a lot of moving components here. Like, I guess we're talking about confidence. Like,
How do you have the confidence to do such a
to
thing?
like deal with so many moving components and feel that you can have some element at the end that makes sense?
That's a mad scientist. It's not really scientist, but it's really
sorry,
mad.
I meant to give you some.
That's the mad aspect.
Wait, give me a little bit more. I'll pass it to you. Yeah, that's just a shh.
Like, you know, and it's in, I guess it's like I know that in other things.
I'll tell you the truth. I'm not afraid to fail.
Because you failed in the past. Because you failed in the past. And
I failed so many times. We started this tasting with a sparkling wine. I can't say it's a success. I don't care, I don't have the belief that when you're tasting wine, you're tasting me. Where's yours?
It's here.
The wine is wine, and I'm Yaakov, and the wine could fail, and I'm okay. I don't take it personally, the fact that my wine failed.
Let me see that shirt again. 1 second. It's perfect. That's exactly his theme. Okay? It's exactly his theme. It's so much your theme.
Was it always like that for you, or is there a certain point where it's just it?
Always like that for me. In wine making?
There's definitely something a little bit more aromatic about this one.
It's a Chardonnay.
Yeah. But I'm trying to like what is it about?
The truth is, if you want to really enjoy this wine, drink it tonight. I'll take a send it tonight. Will be better. Chill it and let it sit for a few hours open, and you'll get a lot of layers that right now are not coming out. And this wine has a slow amount of TCA.
TCA being
Corkiness. This wine is slightly corky.
that I don't think not much.
Ryan was good at TCA.
That's pretty whack, I gotta say.
What?
It's pretty whack.
Isn't it crazy?
It's like,
Pretty whack is a good description.
one thing I've been thinking a lot about is like the identity of Israeli wine. Especially talking to a lot of people recently. First of all, there is no uniform identity.
It's not only that. It's not only that. This is like, if you know the right winemakers, this is like a place where there's so much percolating. It's a playroom, and with so many incredible things coming out of it. You know, that's why when people say, "Oh, I hate Israeli wine," rah, 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 you're out of your mind. You know, like you've basically closed. You got to open your head a little bit.
That's what I exactly kind of was thinking. So what is representative
Of Israeli wine.
Israeli wine? Like right now, the answer is
Creativity.
creativity.
Creativity, in my mind, creativity. All of these guys are making the most crazy creative wines, and it's within driving distance. You know, like all of these wineries are within short driving.
Microclimate.
It is. It's like, you know, when they talk about
Startup Nation?
Startup Nation.
Yeah. This is very much.
This isn't in wine. This isn't in wine.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How can you categorize this and say, oh, Israel makes wines
doesn't make
that
any
are
sense.
overly extracted and that taste that are all the same and they don't age and they don't do this and they're very. Come on, you're not tasting half of the creative winery.
The last word, it was really funny because the Grenache tasted and
Yeah,
the last word on this side is the word Negev.
right.
So it's very funny. So the smell for the Viognier was more like, it was easier to get past the one note name in the front. But I'm deciding I think I might like the taste of the Chardonnay. It's a little bit more complex.
It's more complex. It's a varietal that has more complexity to begin with. Viognier is very powerful, but a little bit more one-dimensional.
So each one of these, have you ever thought about adding, like, because I guess the Chardonnay is a bunch of different of the same varietal. It's like the opposite idea of a blend, kind of the same idea of a blend. Like instead of two varietals, you're doing one varietal and you can avoid it.
That's exactly what this is.
Have you thought of different, I don't think you have, but like what about different varietals combining the two basically and making the biggest combination, like the exponential one?
Don't start.
It's different varietals and different
It's part of my future portfolio,
Okay.
which means that I planted more varietals in 2004, 2024, 2023. To make more, to make this into a bigger series. Right now I have a Chardonnay and Viognier. I'm going to have there also Chenin Blanc, Sauvignon Blanc, and Semillon.
I can imagine Semillon being really, really interesting.
And then I want to make a sub section of the ME with blends of the ME. Okay, for instance, a Bordeaux white, which is a Semillon Sauvignon, I want to do with the ME Sauvignon and the ME Semillon.
A lot going on. Be cool.
Keeps me out of mischief.
No, it keeps you right in the middle of mischief. That's what it does. That's what it does. You're the one who totally turned me on to Sauvignon. I just blew my mind. I never understood.
I had recently a Semillon that I liked was Pinto does this like a soup series it's called.
Yeah.
And they have Semillon that's aged like a few years in bottle, I think. I believe bottle on there.
What year?
Just like
21.
21 to 2021 exactly, one or the other.
And that was, I think, the first thing that I had. I haven't really had much at all. And I liked it.
You're the one who introduced me to Sauvignon and how it ages over time, can age over time. And when they make the blend right, I love how they'll blend it together with something else. And
The silent hunter and you have the Bordeaux white.
right. And it just suddenly comes out after a few years and takes over the wine. It's just amazing.
I have.
Do you have any more of this, of the '09? No.
I like 6 left, which I just can't
No,
open.
keep those. Keep those. Don't let anybody touch those bottles.
I want to see if I could find the 17.
What was this?
What are you tasting? You tell me.
Well, like, I've been...
No, go ahead.
No, please.
No.
Air it out a bit.
I'm getting like kind of pine notes.
Pine notes.
A little bit.
Like, looking with, like, grassy.
Grassy.
Yeah.
I also get Buex.
That's there as well.
Like dry fields. Like, that's all there.
Right.
It's all about
Dry
Hey.
hay. Dry hay.
Never in the world do I ever think I'm going to taste this, like these things, and it's like crazy.
There's a flavor that I need to figure out, but I don't know what it is. That's not on the smell. It's different. Maybe it's like the honey beeswax thing.
It could be, but I kind of think of, you know what it tastes like?
There's something, the petroleum there, like you get in the Riesling.
You know what this tastes like to me? A root thing, like almost like a carrot without the front end of the carrot. I don't know.
Dat eindigt in mijn veld, dat is ook een
Turnip.
Yeah, turnip.
Turnip.
Turnip, that's it.
That's a better description than carrot.
No, well, I said a carrot without the carrot. It's a root vegetable. I wanted a turnip. Yeah.
So what are you tasting?
I'm still in the turnip world. Sure.
Turnip.
That's
Okay.
good.
That's good.
Yeah,
Good.
100%.
You could even say there's a, how would you say, it's like a root with a purple shade.
Yeah, the beets, not beets, but
No.
it's the other one. It's the
Leffet. How do you say Leffet in the...
Radish.
radish.
No.
It's radish.
No.
Sweet radish.
Nothing's not radish.
No.
C'est no, man. C'est no. It's no.
It's not as radish.
It's no.
Yeah.
Radish. Radish.
No,
Turnip.
turnip. It's a turnip. That's, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
I was thinking about something else. I was thinking about the root of parsley.
Yes.
That's
Huh?
מאוד אדמתי.
מאוד אדמתי, נכון, very earthy. איך say?
Admati.
Yeah.
What is it?
Sauvignon.
It's a Sauvignon.
Is this, would you say, representative of like classic? Because I really haven't tried much Sauvignon before.
הטעמים את זה.
You saw the year?
What?
You saw the year?
Oh, that's crazy.
What year is it?
21, 22.
What is it?
No.
17.
8 years old.
Yeah.
It's not 10 years old, but it's 8 years old.
Does it taste like it's anywhere close to 8 years old?
4 years old.
No.
Yeah.
Much fuller than the 18.
I'd say 4 years old.
Fuller than the 18.
17 was a better
That's funny.
vintage.
I was good.
It,
I didn't even look at the year.
I know, but I'm telling you, you should taste the 2009 is like fresh, super, super fresh. It's much fresher than this. The 2009.
9? Yeah.
Yeah, the 2009 is crazy fresh.
What 2009?
It's Sauvignon.
בקצדים.
The finishes.
טעמת אותה?
עשיתי אותו גם.
לא, בסדר, אני אומר, עכשיו כאילו.
No,
לא מזמן.
nobody tastes that.
There's a little bit of like the finish, like a sourness, a black. No, I'm sure the fungus.
With a lot of
Lemon.
יש בזה משהו לא לימון, זה ליים.
I didn't even have to try much with sour hummus.
זה לימון לא צהוב, זה לימון ירוק. ומשהו שאותו עשב.
הקליפה שלו יותר מה...
Like it's almost bitter, but it's not. I wouldn't call it bitter.
It's not bitter. No.
But it's very it's sour. It's good, but it's not good.
So this is, tell me again what this is. This is the
Hunter Valley, עמק הציידים,
can
17.
17,
I
2017.
stopped, because of the quality of the wine, the last 100 bottles I did not sell. So I have where to take from. Because this wine will go lovely into the future.
Forever.
It's not, I don't know forever, but you can give it another 5-10 years easily.
You know, I opened one of my last bottles of the 2009.
At the wedding.
I opened it at the wedding.
We had it at the wedding.
I opened it at the
That was
wedding.
the last time I tasted it. Was that your?
It's the wedding.
The Dina's wedding.
My youngest daughter's wedding, I opened a few bottles, and it was cool to see winemakers holding 4 glasses. It was like so cool because they were just like, they didn't want to give up any of them. It was like so cool. They were really good. They were great.
I kind of just found out that like if you didn't tell me this now, I didn't even notice. I wasn't lucky. I did like him.
It's amazing.
Very cool. And when it comes to like obviously
He said, what's up in it?
there's different preservatives in a wine that will allow it to last. From what I understand, that will allow it to last. Let's say 10 years, whatever it is, 20, 30, etc.
Don't agree.
You have tannin, acid. This is what I would
Okay.
I think tannin, acid, sugar, which is not really present here.
There's 2 main things that help a wine. What you're saying are shields from time. But really what makes a wine edge is not neither. It's not the tannin and it's not the acid. It's the dry extract that's actually developing. You have 2 shields there of tannin, which is an antioxidant, and acid, which are both helpers to what's here to develop. The tannins don't develop. The wine develops. So those are 2 shields against time.
But what the shielding against is saying is
But what's the shields are protecting the substance, that's what develops.
Something has to be there. If it isn't
That's
there,
number
you
one.
can't
Number
protect
2,
it.
yeah, sugar is sugar. It's not
And number 2
better.
is what we're talking about, this whole tasting, is the root of reductivity. This is a reductive root. That's why you'll get the earthiness. It's not an oxidative root. Chenin blanc, Mourvèdre, Syrah, Petit Syrah, Semillon. The winemaking of Dom Perignon as opposed to Crystal in the non-kosher bowl. It's all reductive roots. Reductive roots are an ugly duckling. That means they're terrible in the beginning and they're rewarding over time.
So this wine that's the one in 2018. Do you remember what you thought about it then and how it changed?
I am making this wine from 2009. I pretty know what to expect, but the wine is not rewarding itself. It's young. It's just acid, minerality, water, and alcohol.
Morality you lose on it.
The 2009
It was an amazing vintage.
was an amazing vintage, but it was terrible
It was terrible.
for the first few years.
8 years.
8 years. 8 years. It was terrible. And then all of a sudden it was like, and they kept trying to sell it. Like Midbar wanted to take,
Not wise.
no, they tried to sell it. And it was a waste of time. Nobody would drink this stuff. And then all of a sudden, after 8 years, it became magical. It became absolutely magical.
You are not familiar with orange wines too much, are you?
The only orange wine I've really had, I think, is Sagi Kleinler's very, very short period of time. Sagi, he works at Covenant. He started producing some of his own wines.
So what process did he do?
He did it was a very short, like 2 weeks, I want to say, 3 weeks maybe,
Within fermentation.
with the fermentation, yeah.
Okay, that's pretty much the style that I do today.
Chenin Blanc.
Chenin Blanc is friendly.
Yeah.
Chenin Blanc is polite.
It has a little oxidization on it.
Okay, so we're going to taste three
Keep
wines.
this.
One of them is aged. Two of them are different expressions, both 24. I'm not selling that 24, I'm selling 22. Okay? But it's just interesting for the comparison. Everybody have two? Chardonnay?
You need 2 glasses.
אותו צורה? אותה
Here,
צורה?
here, use that, use this, use this, use this.
These are, you could ignore, but I want two regulars. אמור להיות פה מספיק כוסות. You have two?
I have 2, right here.
No, these two.
Okay.
So yours?
No, that's his.
That's his. So you
That's
have
his.
two
This
of
is
these.
yours.
This one is mine.
Yeah, that's yours.
Two. Okay, this we're starting with number 1. Everybody on their left. You get rid of your water.
I also have some water here.
Yeah.
This is your left, right?
Yeah. This is an orange wine, I assume.
That's a good assumption.
I'm going to take a guess.
And number 2 on your right. Let's go from left to right.
Right.
לא יודעים מה אנחנו טועמים?
We are tasting now 2 expressions of Gewürztraminer, skin macerated. One of them as a component in a blend, which is on your right, the second wine. And the first one is a varietal 100% Gewürztraminer.
Yeah, this is really floral, really strong. Really aromatic.
And make perfume out of this.
Ja, aber es kann man spritzen, sieht auch. It reminds me of the which one is the varietal that was very perfumey and very like matcha on its own?
It was stronger.
It was yeah.
The Gewürz. It was the Gewürz.
The second one is a blend of
Gewürztraminer plus friends. We have here 52% Gewürztraminer, and with it we have Chardonnay, Sauvignon, and Roussan, all skin macerated.
But these don't taste. Do these taste skin macerated to you? They taste orange. I guess I've gotten used to orange.
Honestly, they don't taste white though. So I would say yes.
No, they don't.
I would say yes.
They don't taste white.
I'm not sure they necessarily
saying
taste
that.
orange, but they don't taste white.
You're a racist.
They're not white wines.
No, I know.
But the idea of this pairing, it's the same grape. One of them is in your face, and one of them is restrained.
The restrained one is definitely where I lean, for sure.
From all the skin macerated wines, that's my favorite. The restrained Gewürztraminer. It's really cool.
This is cool, but it's a little bit much. In a way that what was in the tank wasn't.
Which one do you preferring?
The
The
blend.
second. And I'm preferring the.
It's 52% Gewürztraminer, but it has also Chardonnay, Roussan, and Viognier. Sorry. Chardonnay, Semillon, and Roussan.
Yeah, like this, the 100% of varieties, it's definitely too much more. I think for that.
It's a little bit mind-boggling. It's what you
It's a bit
expect.
intense.
But it's intense.
זה פעם ראשונה שאני טועם אותו עכשיו.
מה?
אתה טועם את הספייסס.
הוא רק עכשיו מתחיל לצאת לשוק.
עוד בכלל. זה היה בצל הראשון שלו?
לא.
בסט שואלק עכשיו אני טועם אותו.
אז שנתיים אולי ואולי.
I love it.
I can understand the spicy food.
I love the singles varietal. I love the single varietal. I'm telling you, we should stop it. Is there a spicy restaurant in Yerushalayim?
אין לנו איזה מסעדה מטובלת, לא?
יש חומוסים חריף, אתה כבר...
Beersheba. Yeah.
I'm going to
Maybe
New York
Mitzvah
for my
Ramon,
husband's
if you
wedding in a few
go
weeks.
I'm not going to go south.
And my favorite Chinese
There's a
restaurant.
pizza place, isn't there? Yesh Makom La Pizza.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
There is
Bring an orange wine and
pizza shop
Yeah.
here, but
we'll give it a go. I understand.
No, but it's like good pizza.
'cause
It's okay
not-
pizza.
Because the problem with red wine is the tannin and the spice does not go. Right, you just end up, it just kind of gross.
Something about these wines, all of them. Even the Chenin Blanc, which is gentle and almost a white wine with a real...
Just goes great.
Really cool.
I'm thinking about Mojo or Crave with chicken wings. Like, come on. It's just crazy.
Shall we move on?
Yep. I like the Gewürz a lot.
It's just very like cool when you can have a varietal and then a blend and sense the varietal in the blend.
Yeah.
Like it's very hard. It's very unique. You don't always get to do that.
It's,
It's very cool.
there's a thought behind that. When you make a blend, let's say, use 3/3, that can be the same thing, like 50%, and then the other 50% are three varietals.
This is what now?
This is Melchizedek, as opposed to the two wines we just had. This is a wine that went through oak aging.
First of all, the color is.
So you get a difference in the color.
It's like golden.
Yeah.
It's mamazav.
It's not. It's not like golden. It is gold.
This might be my favorite notes of some of the white wines that we've tried.
Have to
Yeah.
It's like the reason why I think I like this the most is it leads into what it is.
What?
I think it's a less aromatic.
I know.
Chardonnay.
But it's like-
This is my favorite one.
I went
This
through
has also like a little bit of like brioche butter. Yeah.
Yes.
From the oak. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got the brioche.
Honeydew.
Awesome.
3 more wines to taste.
It breaks.
4 more wines to taste.
For me, at least, it breaks a lot of like parameters of different ways that I've thought about white wine before. Like it just doesn't fit in any type of previous like white wine I've had before because it's very different to me differently, and I like it. But I really like that this one leads into it the most. The other ones are almost like on the go. Like they're somewhere in between.
At the end of the day, it's not a hobby. If you want to continue producing, you have to be able to sell what you produce to be able to make the next vintage.
Well, I guess, of course, but do you find that from an education perspective, I guess being down here, it's a little difficult. Not so many people pass by relative to, I assume down here, not many
TheKosherTerroir.com.
people pass by relative
No,
The
no.
W's in the stars.
I don't sell my wines in the winery. I sell my wines in restaurants in Tel Aviv. Here, not here, irrelevant. But even there, people have to like the wines.
Yeah. The olive brine is really jumping out to me.
The olive?
Yeah.
Okay, come, let's have some red wine. We're going back to the Burgundy glasses.
Also, to smell this after smelling after smelling the really.
I know. It's like it's not really that. I know. No, I know. Can.
That's what Simon said before about turning on the volume.
It's turning up the contrast. This is lower contrast. It's almost like volume, but it's for colors. What is this?
Wine.
Yeah,
So,
we're whining.
Grenache for the rich.
Again, you know?
Yeah, this is a bottled wine.
This is his real. You know.
Ahlan.
לא לצחות, לאכול בבית, לשים
אתה
במקרר,
צודק.
זה אינבנטלי.
בוא תשרפן, אנחנו עדיין מסיימים פה. חשבתי
איזה
שנסיים
זון?
עד 3, אבל לא.
למה? אני הולך להביא רגע, אני אשים גם
דוד, סבבה.
פינו נורא. בריח אני אמרתי גנש, אבל בטעם מגיע פינו, כי אני לא שם בקטע של גנש.
Pinot Noir.
Doma is that.
I've been working with Pinot from 2011. Only 3 times I bottled it.
וואו, מה? וואו.
This is 2023. I bottled 19, 20, and 23.
This mouthfeel, like the feel in the mouth is really mutzrach.
Thank you.
It's heavy, but there's really very little tannin relative to I think the other Pinot, and it's a cool contrast.
Oh.
Like usually less tannin in Pinot, like there's
Shana.
something like that, like watery type of flavor.
It's
Not this.
I call it silk. Okay?
It is. It's like velvet. It's like silkiness, velvety.
And this is the Duke Pontiff.
You get the gamey Pinot here as well.
You're talking
But it's
about.
in the back.
It's not a good day for it because it's not biodynamically.
That could be the reason. But in fact, it's not
tasting exactly
being
the way
what
you
it's
want.
supposed to. But sometimes in better days it is. Which is more strawberry and cherry. And here it's more herbaceous and earthy.
There's a lot more on the palate. There's a lot more fruit on this one than in the Pinot. It's
Also,
I think there's a little bit of like juicy fruitiness that is on the palate here that wasn't on the 100% Pinot. That helps it a lot. It makes it a lot more drinkable.
That's why I make it. It's really an historical wine.
This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing.
This is a very aromatic. Very perfumed. Very Pinot, no?
Yeah.
This is the last tasting today for Gewürztraminer. You had a vat, you had a varietal orange.
Different expressions of the words.
קצת מנקה רק חמיצות, אני לא מרגיש את ה...
So from other, like, I mean, in truth, the only semi-sweet Gewürz that I've had have been like pretty low-end type bottles. This has a lot more character, a lot more Gewürz to it.
This is an orange wine. It's an orange, skin macerated dessert wine.
In dessert wines, you don't have miss because it's very hard to look past the sweetness.
Right.
Like usually you get sweet.
In restaurants, in high-end restaurants in Tel Aviv, this is served as part of a food pairing of a meal and not as a dessert.
You found it?
I wonder, like, I'm trying to think for myself, like a sweet wine that's like a food pairing for a meal that isn't a dessert. Like, what would it go for? Like,
Foie
maybe
gras.
something more like spice forward.
Foie gras.
Okay. You want a final tasting? What else would you like?
Actually, two more.
Two more?
Two more.
Wow.
Come. Please rinse your glasses. Pinot Noir 2016. 9 years at the barrel so far.
וואו.
אנחנו לא ממהרים לשום מקום.
What a color.
Nobody tasted this before.
How much?
The only person that tasted this so far is Andrew Blue Smoke.
Feels like
Press, blue
a
smoke.
vintage port, like 15
It's a Tony port. It's really the root of Tony, but in a red wine.
משהו ממש מגניב לי, זה כמה כבד
This is so good.
היין הלבן. Pinot Noir dessert wine, I don't think I've ever had. This is freaking good.
It's very young for a Tony port.
I know.
Wow. I never had a sweet Pinot before. I don't think most people have. Wow.
Like it, Simon?
I love it. I love it. I think it's awesome.
כמה ניסויים אתה עושה?
אני לא עושה ניסויים, אני סתם סקרן.
זה ניסוי.
לא, מה?
זה לא ניסוי.
זה לא ניסוי, זה סקרנות.
This is not fortified. It's.
That's how it's sweet, because it got the high alcohol levels before.
How
I was
much
wondering
alcohol?
if it was a stop fermentation or a.
14 and a half
I was
alcohol.
wondering if you stopped the fermentation earlier.
I stopped by fortifying it.
14% alcohol or about
What did you?
10% alcohol בערך?
16.
צריך לקרוא לזה.
I know. What did you fortify it with?
96% alcohol produced from either beets or sugarcane. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
You didn't use a brandy to fortify it?
No, it depends on the
In Israel,
style.
it's very complicated because the price of taxes, the alcohol costs 20 shekel, and the price and the taxes are 100 shekel, and they end up paying 120 shekel a liter.
מכל רמה?
כל רמה.
גם על...
אני חושב שמתחיל ב-15 או 18, אני לא זוכר.
זהו, על יין נגיד אין לך בלו. כאילו זה רק על משקות חריפים.
כן, אם אתה רוצה לשים פה 96%, אז אתה משלם את הבלו.
כשאתה קונה את ה-96%, זה עולה לך את ה...
And color.
אם אתה מפרק אותו חזרה ל-14,
לא,
אז אין לך את הבלו בבקבוק, לא? מה זה בלו? בלו זה
מס.
המס עודף על
some
משקות
fun
משקים, על ממתקים, על דלק.
This is fun. This is a lot of
של
fun.
המדינה, שיהיה
להתעשר.
פחות אלכוהול או פחות זה, ולהתעשר.
אז זהו, זה להתעשר.
כן, זהו. זה.
It's a lot of fun.
יש פה
קרן הבית
שואלים
של
מבחינת פינו סליחה, מבחינת פורט ומבחינת יין פה.
יש לי בקשה,
Anything.
לשטוף כוסות.
Wash it off.
Please rinse the glasses.
Come.
You have here a faucet?
עכשיו נגיד דולר הכלית שעולה לו 5 שקל לייצר בקבוק, הוא משלם עוד 28 שקל רק על הבלו הזה.
כמה זה?
איי, זה 2008.
כולם שטפו כוסות?
כן.
Did you
ניערתם
wash
את
out your
הכוסות?
glass? Wash it. Which one is this? Oh, this is not that. Is it?
It is. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh,
רוצה להתחלק או...
go
This is
ahead.
18 years
In the barrel.
in the barrel.
Which wine?
There's a certain, I mean, Quebec's helping us to shoot because of spice, but Pinot is
איפה נחמן?
in the back
נחמן
end.
יהרוג אם לא יהיה.
Wow.
It's worth a picture.
It's worth the picture. Hold on a second. It is worth the picture. Hold on. Especially the picture with you.
This is 18 years. It's 10 years past the.
What you call it?
If when I take it out, it'll be 26,
Yeah.
and from 2008,
2008 was. Wow.
to 18 years.
I'm getting a vanilla extract kind of front to it. Yeah.
This is so delicious, this stuff.
I don't even want to drink it. I'm just not.
How many barrels of this do you have?
These three. I plan to make a bottling this year in 2026.
26,
And,
yeah.
What I do is I blend, take all the barrels out, homogenize it, fill in two, and what's left, I bottle.
You bottle. How many did you start out with?
מ-2008 בחבית, 18 שנה.
How many did you start with?
11.
This thing is maple syrup.
Isn't this crazy? This is crazy. This is a Chardonnay.
This is maple
Isn't
syrup
it?
and waffles.
Maple syrup and waffle?
Addison.
2008 is more maple syrup and waffle.
It's
Here you're getting
much
other level of other notes.
אני מקבל a ton of maple. כאילו maple מטורף.
2008. מ-2008 הוא בחבית.
יכול לשפוך את זה על פנקק?
This is, yeah, you could.
אני יכול לשמן כזה שיספוג אותו.
No. The pancakes wish you could do this to them. The pancakes wish you could do this to them.
You know what I'm
I'm not
getting here
gonna
that I
spend
didn't
it
have
on
in the earlier vintages?
What?
Mushroom.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I don't know. The Pinot's amazing. The Pinot's amazing, but this is like heaven.
The Pinot is
I know, but I think that I'm telling you, Kadosh Baruch Hu in heaven serves this. This is like crazy. It's like absolutely crazy.
Did you read the story that I wrote about how this wine was made?
I didn't read it. No.
It's in Avi
It's
Vidowitz's
Davidowitz's
website.
blog. Yeah.
from which plot is the Muscat from?
This wine, not this, the Muscat.
Oh, Scott.
I didn't ferment the grapes. I bought a faulted wine.
What? תסביר.
I started my brand in 2011. This is 2018. I went to a winery, and they had their 11 barrels that they didn't know what to do with. They were damaged.
They were Muscat?
They were Muscat.
I thought they were Chardonnay.
No, they were 100% Muscat.
Muscat, yeah.
And they didn't know what to do with it. It was sitting in the first year, the first 7 years of the first 8 were not in my hands. And I understood what could be done with it. And they thought they had a damaged wine.
So they started fermenting it.
They fermented it. They did everything, and they got. For them, it was a damaged wine.
And they didn't. They fortified it or not?
They fortified it. They fortified it. But I dealt with it in a different way. I just made lemonade from lemons.
I know.
Secret.
This is so special.
Still on this. I don't even want to drink it. I
know, it's so good.
I didn't want it, but I called them.
There's a level there of mushrooms
There are. A little
we
bit.
didn't have in the 2008.
like an earthiness.
Yeah, but
Specifically more mushroomy.
yeah.
It's forest floor mushroom.
But not truffle. Not that way.
No.
No.
On the contrary, it's sorry. It's more like
Real mushrooms.
Portobello, but very light.
Mushroom or grill.
Yeah, but not dried, not something like that. Very,
Forcini.
Yeah,
Like-
it is. It's very forest, like something. אפילו קרוב כמו שאתה אמרת לפני, סירה. Like בכיוון of earth,
Very
forest, spice. It's really takes you for a loop when you start to have a white wine. White wine is not even the right word, but let's say white, like the white grapes
This isn't orange.
that make you think about red wines.
It's orange.
And the flavors that
Color.
usually come with that. Like you're not thinking
Orange
peach
by,
and
process.
pineapple and green apple and mineral. Like it's a different world.
Somebody told me this was a wise statement. In red wines, you have dry mostly. We don't drink not dry red wines. They're either with oak or without oak.
Yeah.
That's the fluctuation that you have. In white wines, you have lean, full, oaked, unoaked, skin macerated, ME, semi-sweet, sweet. It's a world of wine.
Well, with the red wines, I think maybe one of the reasons why you have not but less variability is because the skin maceration, meaning or whatever, the red wine process of making it's long enough that you start to mask everything else. And when you make wines like, for example, the Grenache that sat on skin for much less time, you have a lot more opportunity for the small details like you're talking about in white to come out. That it becomes less overpowering.
And that's my big argument with Shiloh.
Shiloh loves a lot of extraction.
No, not Amichai, but Shiloh has a profile.
אני עובד בשבילך עכשיו, לגמרי, כן.
Shiloh as a profile does something that is good for the consumers because you get a very good wine.
It's with the
but you
consumer
lose its
palate.
nuances.
It's with the consumer palate in mind,
Right.
and
It's
less
not
so
Amichai.
with like Amichai. Yeah, this is what I've been learning
I
there.
think it's a lot of wineries has this, let's say, problem in Israel. Like Golan Heights also makes very undetailed wine.
They're
Detail.
changing.
It's
They're
changing.
They're changing. They're going back to. They stopped.
Yeah,
They tried to make more sellable wine that was that, and now they've started, like as an example, the Syrah. Now they've started to make it more like the old Syrahs that were.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
I want to buy that.
Yeah.
I want to taste
I
that.
know. That's the good ones.
Wow.
I know.
Syrah of all wines.
I know.
What year is that you start tasting the change?
The new ones are supposed to be. This is what I'm hearing. I didn't taste it.
We should taste
Okay,
it.
I will. Yeah.
You talk about these wineries are focused on selling.
Yeah.
That doesn't change. It's just that the selling is changing because consumers want something else.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's it. It's that I don't know that was driving it. As an example with Barkan, I think Barkan was trying to make. They were trying to make money. They tried to lower the price that it cost them, but to maximize the wine that
yield.
they produced, the yield. And that doesn't produce anything that's good, but it does produce
commodity?
profit. So that's what they were doing. And that works for a little bit because people are still counting on what they used to have. And then all of a sudden I see what they do have, and then everybody cuts back in buying it, and then you've got to start again.
Well, one thing that I've been like slowly understanding in the world of wine, and I guess not everyone's in a position to do it, but it's a lot about, it's hard, but the producer in a weird way educates the consumer in a way that doesn't exist in a lot of other products.
Not in a weird way, for sure.
Look, from my end as a producer, it's a tango. On one hand, I'm trying to teach him something that he doesn't know. On the other hand, he's teaching me
what he likes,
what could sell and what can't sell.
Yeah.
So it's we're dancing together. On one hand, I want to give him my ideas, and on the other hand, he's the barrier, tells me what works and doesn't work.
So you find as someone who's trying to do things particularly, or as evident, particularly a little bit different than a lot of other wineries that are just selling, like Sam and I were talking about like Cabernet. or whatever, like just classic, what you might expect the consumer to want. Like, do you find people getting angry at you for doing that?
No.
No.
Like the consumer,
On the contrary, you could say that most of I had this conversation right before you came with the guy that you saw leave.
Mm-hmm.
He said that the wine world is built it's a Pareto concept. There's 80% and 20%. 80% know what they're drinking, or go by 20% know what they're drinking. 80% go by what's accepted to be drinkable.
Yeah.
And Oryah brand goes to the 20%. Pinto conceptually, because of the volume that they're
Please God goes to the 80%.
please God goes to the 80%. I mean, they're wanting to increase. I can't make what I do here at 300,000 bottles a year. I can do 30,000. I can do 10% of that, not 20%, 10% of that. So that goes to the consumers that I have a dialogue with.
It's more like it's, even though at the same time it's still tango, as you call it, because Pinto is still in a way like it's boutique specialty wine still. It's not, buy it in a grocery store wine by any means.
Yeah, but it's palatable by a lot
For
more
example,
people than the
I can make my
brand.
Yeah.
I can make in Pinto a Chenin blend that's lovely. I can't make the orange wine. It would be wrong for the brand.
Yeah.
It would be wrong for the consumers to find an orange wine in Pinto.
Yeah. They won't
Because
get it.
that's not the 80%. In the 80%, I could take my experience, expertise, and also reputation to make a brand that people are interested in, but I have to stick to the Chenin, Chardonnay.
Yeah.
that we
The
taste.
Sauvignon, whatever.
I can't take the orange wines. I can't. It's just
That's
wrong.
why you have the Oryah brand.
That's why I have
Still.
to. Because if I want to make a,
You do it through that avenue.
I have to have an outlet for it. I have to have a platform for it. Right. One of the biggest, two big challenges for me in winemaking. One of them is sparkling, and the other one is sweet.
Sweet is
And well,
challenge for
sweet,
you.
Oh yeah.
You produce wonderful sweet wine.
you produce
The fact that I succeed
not
doesn't mean it's not a challenge.
you produce the best sweet wines.
I think, like I said before, like the big, meaning from a drinking perspective of sweet wine, the biggest issue is that you never taste past, or rarely taste past the sweet. Like there's not many examples of times where, like you get sweet, you get sugar, you get, that's
Most
it.
people are
Raisin.
happy, but the real wine starts after you ignore the sugar, and the sweet and the quality of sparklings after you ignore the bubbles. Simon, that was fun. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you very
And
much.
also, please, you have to
Right.
hugs to Patricia.
I will.
It's a little bit less oxidative than the last one.
Right, it's more reductive. On the contrary,
Yeah, there's no-
This needs like another 5 years.
I think it's excellent right now. I'll come back in 5 years, but I'm sure it's excellent right now.
The
Plus
thing,
minus 10 years.
This is Simon Jacob again, your host of today's episode of The Kosher Terroir. Please subscribe via your podcast provider to be informed of our new episodes as they are released. If you're new to The Kosher Terroir, please check out our many past episodes.